What's going on, everyone? So in today's video we're going to talk about something fairly important to me. As stated in the disclaimer at the start of this video, we will not condone any form of hate, attack, or any sort of mistreatment to any player, personality, or company. So I thank you for your understanding. Anyway, on the 16th of July 2020 marked a pretty pivotal day in the future of competitive Sea of Thieves and just PvP in general, which was also met with a large ban wave of some fairly predominant figures, if not leaders of the PvP community, being banned for various different reasons, some of them maybe being false bans, but I'm sure a fair few of them being justified legitimate bans. And this was also coupled with a little bit of a misguided anger towards different communities for various reasons, but this sort of carried on with the removal of wallbanging in the game. And if you've been a follower or a member of the PvP community, which I'm sure a lot of you watching this video now are actively involved in, you'd know that's a fairly major part in something we talk about as a skill gap in the game. And some people are seeing the removal of this feature as the final nail in the coffin for a skill gap to be implemented in the game. And I can totally understand that from both sides. I don't personally think it's gonna kill a skill gap, but I do think it's making the field of who can get good at this game a little bit narrower than what it once was originally. And that's okay. This isn't a competitive game at the end of the day. It's a general game for everyone to have fun on, so I can understand why this was implemented and why it was fairly important. But with that being said, I do understand why people are complaining and where they come from, but it just is what it is. So the removal of wallbanging in the game is something that has supposedly been an issue for a while, judging by what I understood in the developer update, but whether it was necessary or not, I don't really believe it is. I'd argue that some form of this patch is going to be quite detrimental and harmful to the game. For example, there was a little clip showing, which I'll have on the screen here. Essentially, it shows a player being killed through the stairwell, and given the premise of the topic that we're talking about, it seems like this will not be a feature anymore, which is really confusing to me personally. But other things like not being able to shoot people randomly through 3 layers of a ship or other things like that, I can understand that and I can get behind it. That makes sense given that these type of guns that this game emulates weren't powerful enough to do that, but something as simple as not being able to shoot through the side of a mast or the gap in a stairwell, I think is just a little bit overkill and is sort of limiting the skill gap in the game. Now, I know a fair amount of the PvP community sort of look at me like a person who actively stands up for the rights of people who enjoy PvP. Again, I'm fully okay with that. Thank you for making me that type of person. But I do think you're going to disagree with me a little bit in this video. I think the removal of wallbanging on a whole is a good thing, aside from what I just previously mentioned about the stairs and whatnot. And I do believe that lowering the skill gap in this way is quite useful to our community to allow more people to get involved and join us and experience just the general fun of competitive Sea of Thieves. Not only that though, you sort of have to look at it from a developer side of things. So imagine how many times you've been reported for supposedly hacking or cheating because you've wallbanged someone. That's going to stack up over a large group of people, and it's going to take a lot of valuable time away from things that really matter, like hit reg and game stability and even content updates. Not only that, it'll also allow proper reports of cheaters to actually go through, as opposed to people just being outplayed through skill. And of course, this does come at the cost of not being able to do really cool shots and montages or feel the satisfaction of being able to predict enemy movement in certain situations, but I feel like that's an okay trade-off. As a community, PvP's been through a lot of changes that are looked at as not the best, but we've all sort of come back and continued to move on. I think this is just going to be another stepping stone, albeit large stone, to us progressing and including new people to our scene. And I get that this change has drawn a lot of people away from the game, but honestly, I think we should just give it a chance as a community and just embrace the future of Sea of Thieves. You're forgetting this game is ever expanding, so it's sort of unfair to give this a false light without trying it first. And I'm gonna stress this, I'm not being paid or told by anyone to say this at all. This is just strictly me speaking about something I'm passionate about without any sort of script or anything at all. And this is gonna lead me on to the next part of my video, which may sound like it contradicts the previous things I've mentioned, but I assure you there's many different reasons behind this. So if you're not really in the loop, I'm just gonna try and catch you up now. There's a lot of high tier communities and clans that play this game, whether it be the QRF, the Vendettas, What's Left of the Bandits, and a ton of other communities that aren't coming to my head right now, and I apologize for that. But either way, there's a lot of teams that are involved in this. With these changes moving forward, my team that I run and created will no longer be participating in Sea of Thieves events unless we're specifically requested by event organizers. So that means moving forward, Synergy, formerly known as Athena's Flame, will be essentially ending this chapter of its career. I'm still going to be involved in the Sea of Thieves community. I'm still going to make Sea of Thieves videos. Nothing's going to change in this channel, but if you did follow me because of my competitive past or my competitive involvement, it seems like that road has come to an end. So I'd like to take this chance to thank all of my team members, past and present, that were involved, competed in competitions, all of the event organizers that got us on board and wanted us to join. Again, if you guys want us to be involved in any sort of event coming forward, you know how to reach out to me. Feel free, we'll enter without any hassle. With that being said though, this channel is going to stay the exact same, and if not, get ramped up to a whole new level with the introduction of custom servers just around the corner. Anyway, if you guys are interested about what's going to be coming in the future for all of us, feel free to subscribe and stick around if you are new to the channel. If you have any thoughts or criticisms about this new change coming, please post them down in the comment section. But again, there's going to be no form of hate that I'm going to allow. It'll be silenced or reported, whatever needs to be done to just not get it around. We don't support hate under any situation. We never will. End of story. Anyway, that's it for the video. There was no script. I just sort of wanted to speak and upload a video. So here it was. Next videos you see are going to be back to the normal character I portray. This was more so just me talking as a gamer and a fan of the community. With that being said, thank you all for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoy your day, night, or whatever, and I'll catch you in the next video.